Hi, this is Deb Rosenhan, Compliance Officer for Spectra Benefits. Under the Affordable Care Act, the rules for classifying employees is no easy task. To avoid errors and costly penalties, employers must know exactly how to classify an employee as full-time versus part-time and everything in between. The IRS has developed specific guidelines on how to classify employees. In this video, I'll give a brief overview of some of these guidelines to help you. If you'd like more extensive information, you can click on the link at the bottom of this video for additional employer resources. First, we have a full-time employee. Under the Affordable Care Act, or ACA, a full-time employee is identified as an individual who works 30 hours a week or more consistently. Temporary employees and seasonal employees can also be considered full-time. Next, we have part-time employees. The ACA defines a part-time employee as an individual who consistently works less than 30 hours per week. We recommend that hours be tracked for all part-time employees so you can be assured that they still continue to meet that classification. Lastly, we have variable hour employees. This is defined as an employee who, at the time of hire, did not fit into the other definitions, and the employer cannot predict consistently whether this employee will work 30 hours a week, more or less, depending on the job. It's important to track the hours of a variable hour employee through their look-back period, which is typically 12 months. At the end of that 12-month look-back period, if the employee averaged 30 hours a week or more, they would then be eligible for benefits for the next stability period. There are other characteristics that define whether or not a new employee should be variable versus full-time or part-time. First, what about the position that he's filling? Was that position characteristically full-time employment or part-time employment? Second, what about other positions that are classified as the same? Are those employees considered full-time or part-time? You need to be consistent. And lastly, how was the position advertised or documented or given to the employee to believe when they interviewed for the position as full-time or part-time? These are just a few of the guidelines regarding the Affordable Care Act and classification of employees. It's important that as an employer, you look at your workforce and do some analysis, develop a strategy to address any issues. And of course, you can always call Spectra Benefits if you need any assistance.